to Millennial Thoughts Season 5. I'm so excited for y'all to join us again. I know it's been a long time coming. It took like a month or so hiatus. So if you have not listened to Millennial Thoughts before, I am your girl Alicia, and I am the host of Millennial Thoughts. And I'm definitely appreciated for everybody who's listening to this episode. We're going to be talking about a lot. Happy Black History Month. Happy Valentine's Week, Lovers Week, or whatever the heck they call it out there. But first, before we get into the episode, I want to introduce some of my other co-hosts that are going to be joining me this season. I'm so excited. DeMarcus and Kat. And whoever wants to introduce herself first, they can introduce herself.
Go ahead, DeMarcus. Let the people know who you are.
Yes. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? My name is DeMarcus George. Some people call me Chef Marco. My friends call me that. So you can follow my pages, Marco's Mashups.
Now, sir, the promotion in the first part of the episode.
Oh, my fault. I mean, people didn't know who I was, so I didn't know. My name's DeMarcus. I'll leave it at that.
No, you can keep going. It's a joke.
But Marco's Mashups is my food page, and then my regular page is that man Marco. So definitely follow your boy if you have any questions about food, investing, anything like that. I'm your go-to.
Okay, go-to expert.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine. You might remember me from the last season, Cat J.
Yes.
Another season, and I'm excited to dive into the different topics that we're going to be talking about this season. So if you're not following me already, my Instagram is @CatJSaves, and I talk about money, but this season we're going to be talking about everything. So let's get it.
Yes, so shout out to Kat. She's coming double time. She's been a co-host for her second time. Last season, we did all things about money, so you might remember DeMarcus as well because he came and talked about investing. And if you are not following us, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Millennial Thoughts Pod. And you can follow me too, Alicia's Adventures as well, if you want to see what I do on a daily basis. Or y'all should follow me on Twitter because I heard that I'm funny on Twitter.
And Bon Voyage? Come on now. Bon Voyage ATL?
Bon Voyage ATL.
Ain't that your other page?
Oh, that's my Instagram. That's another podcast I'm starting, the Bon Voyage podcast. That's what you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh, yes. Instagram, Bon Voyage podcast. I may be funny on there, too. Yes, I'm starting another podcast that's all about travel. So if y'all are interested in that, it's going to be called the Bon Voyage podcast. Go on Instagram. But I wasn't trying to promote too much, okay?
Hey,
I just do a little bit.
Listen, y'all, they say black men don't pay attention, but we definitely do. Anyway.
Boy, bye!
He's starting early, guys.
Lord, yes. But my Twitter is AA Travel Blogger, I do believe. But yes, I have a lot of Instagram, so y'all go check them out, see what I'm doing. But nevertheless, this is the 5th season. I'm so excited. We have some other co-hosts as well that will be joining us. But today we have the lovely Three Amigos because the other ones couldn't join us today. So today we'll be talking a little bit about self-motivation and downfalls, and we have like a what would you do type thing. And we just want to have a conversation about life as a millennial and not being motivated, not feeling motivated, but seeing how people can fake the funk, whether it's on social media or people, friends, day-to-day lives or whatever. So first of all, the first segment we're going to do is what would you do? So the scenario is that this lady enjoyed her date with the guy that she went with, and I guess the guy enjoyed the date too. They were laughing, talking, kikiing, and at the end of the day, they both went their separate ways, but the guy went his separate way quicker than the girl. So he left her at the in the parking lot or whatever, and also like he didn't call her when she got home to, I guess, make sure that she was safe. I guess that's how she felt. She felt like he didn't make her feel. She said he didn't make her feel safe. So she asked people, should he get a second date? So I'm posing the question to you all from a man perspective and then a woman's perspective. Do you think that he should get a second date? Don't all jump at once.
Ladies first.
I knew he was going to do that. I'm kind of like in the middle. I want to say no because he didn't wait for her to drive off. But like at the same time, I wouldn't get mad if he didn't text me because I don't be texting people after dates until like I feel like it.
Okay, let him know. Don't
I just don't. But I guess like if I'm really feeling you, I would. But yeah, it's very tricky. I don't think because he left her in the parking lot and didn't make sure she like left. I think for me it's a no.
It's a no to the second date.
Yeah.
Okay, DeMarcus.
So how would you want me to answer it? Because I wouldn't know, like, from a woman's standpoint.
Answer from a man's perspective. Like,
if the woman didn't wait till I left.
Answer from a man's perspective of maybe why you think, like, why wouldn't a man not wait for a woman to leave or text her or call her?
But first start off with like, what would you do?
That's what he don't know. He's trying to figure out which way.
So what would I do if the woman just left?
Yes, but hopefully you would wait for the woman.
No,
that's why I switched it.
Maybe from my perspective, it would be different. Like if the woman just left, because I don't know. I guess from like a man's perspective, I just think it would be on the man to wait on the woman. I wouldn't feel the type of way if she left. But then as far as like from the second question, I feel that I feel like the woman, she may not want to go through with the date. And I think like from the man's perspective, it could be to where he is just like in a rush. He may have had like a really good time. He's trying to do his best to perfect the date and trying to do everything during the date. But it's just that towards the end, he probably just didn't think as much as he should have. And that's probably like one of the most important parts. He probably just wasn't putting everything together.
So you don't think it had anything to do with like him not being into her or like him not thinking of like, safety issues and stuff like that? It could just be like him just like, like we had fun. Okay, I'm going home.
Yeah, I do think it's like that. I mean, sometimes, because I think for men that we can get into a perspective to where we may try to perfect things so much that for some of the small details we can't miss. And I can even say that for myself, like not in this particular situation, but as a man, I'm not saying that I haven't. There's not a point. I'm not saying that there hasn't been a point before where I've missed small details, because there has been. I think sometimes we try to do like the overall big part, and those small things that matter, sometimes we can mess up with those.
What? That's a big thing. That ain't small.
I mean,
even a woman.
Go ahead.
In the parking lot, not making sure she got out.
No, I think that, I get what you're saying. I guess I'm saying it more from like the overall date. That could have been like his main focus, but
like making sure the date was okay. He's like, okay, the date was good.
Yeah, he wants to make sure
I'm going home.
Yeah, the date was good. I mean, the guy could have been opening up the door. He could have paid for the meal. He could have made sure the woman was like good. She got anything she wanted. But I get what you're saying though. I couldn't see myself like.
He's saying that he wouldn't do it. He don't know why the other boy did it. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving perspectives,
But he really don't know how to.
I really don't know how to truly answer that, because
to defend him.
That'd be hard to say. So.
Okay, so no second date for Kat. Do you think he should get a second date?
I think he should.
Oh, you think he should?
I think there should be like a conversation where she's asking him, like, maybe if she's really interested, why did he not take those steps to do what she believed he should have done?
Okay, that makes sense. So, second date, no second date. I guess I have to be the tiebreaker.
But Kat said she was in between though.
I was in between
but I still said second date or no second date. She said
no. I said no second date.
Oh, okay.
I think because it's like the fact that he didn't wait for her to like leave first. Just because like you never know like what the scenery is, like if there was no one else in the parking lot, you just don't know. So you know what I mean? Like, so as a man, I would assume that you would first make sure like she goes home, drive off, and make sure she's safe, rather than just leaving right away.
Right.
But yeah.
That's a great point though. Because then if you don't do it there, then that means like you don't do it in any other type
Exactly. And it's already starting off by showing me this first pattern of who you are, right? So like
Right.
you said.
And that's true, and I agree with that. And that's what I was gonna say though too. It's like, but he could really like her. Like, you really could like somebody. I do see it. But also he could really be like, well, that ain't my girl too. You know, like, that's not my girl. Like, she, like, we just went on a date, so she might be good. Like, I really don't know if these men, this generation, I really don't know if they're like all like protective over random girls that they really don't know.
And I feel like that narrative has to switch too, right? Because just because like she's not your girl,
Definitely.
or you know she's not your sister, or she's not your mom, that doesn't mean you don't protect her, especially a Black woman. You know what I mean? So that needs to like idea needs to die right now.
So that was my only thing. I don't want to get canceled on the first episode. So, you know, I'll look out for the boys this time.
No, that makes sense because you just.
But I think also like with men, I do see people saying like, oh, like maybe you would go on the second day. Because I be asking, I'm like, dang boy, you ain't care about me. You was just gonna let me go out to the wolves, to the sheep, okay? Like, you ain't want to make sure I got home good. You didn't want to make sure I was, you know, good in the parking lot or whatever. So I could see a second date in me then asking him all them questions like, okay, but where was you at? I'll make a whole story. I'll be like, dang, I'm like, dang, you know, last day we met, like, I ran out of gas. I was like so stuck. I'll just be making stuff just to make him feel bad. And like, nah, boy, but you still should have waited.
Not manipulation.
I'm just playing. But yeah, I think he should get a second date, but I think because if you really like him, and if you like him, then you're gonna probably give him a second date anyway. So I think he could get a second date, but I do think that you should ask some questions. Or like, be like, well, what makes you not want to wait for this person? Or like, why didn't you? You know, you always gotta ask the question. So
Fair.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that he should get a second date.
Yeah, that's an interesting, touchy topic. I mean, I guess some men are different. I guess I've kind of always been in the position. I would say, I guess I've been in a position to where it's just like you wait for the woman, no matter if it's like, even if it's family. Like if I'm about to drive somewhere, you know, I'm not going to sit there and just like go ahead and drive 10 minutes ahead and not wait for my mom to come along. Like I want to make sure like she's following me when we're going somewhere, that she's at least close until there's a distance to where I know that she's good.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm just saying the second date to ask the questions, though. That's all I'm saying. The second date for real, y'all. So
no, that makes sense.
Completely fair, to be honest.
So this season we are going to have guys and girls on here. So you know we're going to do things like this, and we're going to do a type of like city girls versus city boys. Let us know. Should we do city girls, city boys, hot boys, hot girls? We're going to try to see who won the episode at the end of the episode. We're going to see who won, who's up. Hot girls or hot boys. Our city girls are city boys. I like the city girls, city boys.
I like the hot boys because of that old the back in the day, you feel me? The hot boys.
Yeah, look where they're at. Back in the day, no money, nowhere.
Still some
city
of the biggest
girls going platinum. Hey,
oh no, still some of the biggest names in the game. You got Juvie.
Because all the girls want to JT.
I mean, you got Juvie, you got Wayne in there.
Anyways, it's city girls, hot girls. It don't even matter. But yeah, so let us know, what would y'all do? Do y'all think they should get a second date? Let us know. Okay, in the comments on Instagram, let us know if you would give them a second date or you wouldn't give them a
Ladies,
second
please
date.
don't cancel me.
Yes. Fellas, it's okay. You can cancel me because I've been canceled. But I don't want to get canceled in my first episode.
Save it for the third episode, right? I said you want to save it for the third episode.
Yeah, or maybe not the last episode for the season. Cancel me then, don't cancel me now. So yeah. Okay, so that sounds like a city boy win. Maybe not. We'll see. But yes. Okay, so y'all know that it is February and that January 2021, there was a lot going on. We got a new president, new vice president, Black, female, Asian, woo woo, whatever you want to say. There was some. What? She was a Black.
No, it's the woo woo.
This the woo woo for me.
Woo woo. I love it. Well, I don't have sound effects, so I gotta give her something. There was riots. There was the president. Like New Year's, the pandemic, and just like a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. And then like 2020 was also a crazy year. It was good for some, bad for others, and horrible for others. And RIP to people who lost their lives from Corona. RIP to them. Um, and this pandemic is going crazy. But this brought up a great topic for us to talk about, and it's talking about not being motivated to do a lot of things, and like self motivation, and like the downfalls, and just how to get over that, or being in that and still being in that and not knowing how to get over it. Want to have a real conversation about like us not feeling motivated as content creators, as people who are hustling and grinding. Like sometimes every day you are not motivated, but like what keeps you going? Or is it just like you're not motivated, you're not doing anything? Are you not motivated but you still do stuff? And it's just like, how do you keep that going when you're not motivated? And are there things that you do or to try to get you to be more motivated? Or are you just like, I'm shutting down, I'm not motivated? And so we just wanted to have that conversation, talk about like some downfalls and different ways to get self-motivated when you may not feel like you want to do things that you need to do or that you want to do. So yes, that's our thought of the day.
Okay.
And I'm going to pose the question to the co-host about feeling motivated in 2021.
Cat, do your thing.
No, Kat did her
Yeah.
thing last
The
time.
Rikers, don't try to be throwing me under the bus.
You and me go?
Of course.
Yes, you go first.
Of course.
Why not King Marco Chef?
That was an ugly mix of names there.
Yeah, because I was gonna say King Marco, then you told him Chef Marco, and you got Young Man Marco. So
Young man Marco.
Young man Marco, I'm weak.
Ain't that's what on Twitter or something like that? Young
It
Marco.
was that man Marco. People call me
Oh,
Young Marco.
see,
People
that
call
man
me Chef
Marco.
Marco. I did not ask for those names, but anyways.
Don't fight me.
That man Marco, Chef Marco, King Marco.
I'm so weak. But when it comes to the self-motivation, to just kind of like, let me just backtrack a little bit. Like for me, there is like days where I am definitely unmotivated, don't want to do anything. I think that like once you graduate college, you get this perspective that you're supposed to have everything figured out, which is definitely not the case. I'm sure we all can attest to that. But I think that like when, something that I've noticed for like, especially over the pandemic, is that there's been a lot of days where even though I was unmotivated at times, there was a lot of days where I did accomplish a lot of things that I had planned to accomplish even prior to the pandemic, or even days when I had to like kind of push myself over that little hump. And what I realized is that, on the days that I am unmotivated, I just have to put myself into like a different different type of space or mind frame. So if I'm like, hey, I need to read this certain book or I need to take down these notes and I haven't done that, I try not to use it as or tell myself that, like, hey, you didn't do nothing for the day, or today was a terrible day. But I just try to put myself in a space to do something different. So that could be like me getting a walk in, or me drinking more water. So I always try to figure out like something that I may not be able to do that's directly in line with those goals, and at least feel accomplished in some type of way. And sometimes you just got to force yourself, right? Like there's nothing wrong with having days where you're just chillaxing and where you're just like resting. But I think that a big thing is like having in mind of your vision and remembering like the things that you like and love to do. I think when it gets to a point to where you feel like worthless, you feel like you're not worth enough, you feel like that you're not valuable at all. I think that that's where it comes into like a big, like you're doing a big disservice to yourself. But if you still like know the things you like to do, you still have like this positive mind frame of where you're trying to get to, I don't think like any type of like days where you're not self-motivated aren't good days, because I think that you still have in your frame of mind like the target that you're trying to reach. And so yeah, it just comes along with just just you have to be the person at the end of the day that pushes yourself and where you're trying to get to. I think during the pandemic, what I've seen a lot is, yeah, we get bored. Yeah, we want people around. And yeah, it's important for us to be able to mend relationships and build relationships. But at the end of the day, I see a lot of people that are focused on having to have other people around in order to uplift themselves or get to a place of motivation. While that's good at certain points, we can use that and we need that. You have to be the person that drives yourself. You have to be the person that gets yourself up out of bed when you may not feel motivated to. So I just have to remind myself that, hey, I may not be able to do this. The time frame for when I'm trying to do such and such may not be at this point, but I have to be my own self motivation at the end of the day. I know that was a lot, but kind of different ways I look at it.
Yeah, but how do you feel like, how are you able to get out of bed when you don't feel like getting out of bed? Like when you don't feel motivated, when you're tired, exhausted, how do you get yourself up out of that rut?
Well, that's what
Like
I was.
literally. Yeah, but I'm talking about like literally bed. Like I know you were talking about like
Mhm.
walking and like drinking water and stuff like that, but like what if you can't even get out of your bed?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a thing to where it's like a psychological thing to where you just have to push. You have to some. I don't really know how to get into it too deep, but you just have to push yourself to get out of that zone. So there's going to be days where you're looking at the wall. There's going to be days where you're just like literally just sitting there, but you have to look at yourself and think of yourself as an even more powerful person than you are in that moment. And like I said, for me, I may be in the bed for like a day or so, but I have to train myself to get back to the mind state of saying, hey, I know one day I'm going to be great. Hey, I remember 10 months ago when I got this certain accomplishment at my job. Hey, let me just go ahead and go get up and get some water real quick and just get my mind away from everything. You just have to be able to shift your mind in a different direction because your mind frame is just thinking failure, it's thinking negativity. So you just have to find a way where you can shift that away just for even if it's a split second so you can get up and get going.
Okay. Kat, you're next.
All right. I could definitely agree to what DeMarcus says about like when you graduate after college and then you're thinking that everything is just going to fall into place and it really doesn't. And the reason why I say that, I had like 3 different jobs so far. So it's not exactly how you think it's supposed to be. But for me, like after college, like self-motivation, like I don't know, like it seemed like even though like I didn't expect everything to be the way it ended up becoming, I still had like some drive because I think it was like something new and I was like, oh, I'm starting something new and like I could definitely do this and I'm about to make my mark at this new job. But then you get to a point, like for me, I get to a point where I'm like very cognitively like fatigued. And that always happened for me. I get excited and then all of a sudden I'm tired and then I get excited again and then I get tired. And that's pretty much what I'm going through right now. Like I need some rest. And I think like once I get some rest, I'll be like self-motivated to do work. But I definitely can agree to the sense that sometimes I do depend on people around me, and I like to have certain people in my circle that are going to obviously motivate me. And I promise it's some, I can't say that word, reciprocity. Like it's not just one way, but DeMarcus knows we're in groups together. We talk about stocks and stuff. So that keeps me motivated to continue to want to chase the money and secure some bags.
Okay, swipe, let's go.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I also think I'm like cognitively fatigued because there's so many different things that are coming at me and there's so many different things that I want to do. And I think, Alicia, you can like relate to that. Like, there's so many, and even DeMarcus.
Oh, you didn't have to throw
like,
me on
there's
the
so
bus with
many
you.
different things to do. And so sometimes I just get tired because I'm just like, whoa, like, I can only do one thing at a time. Like right now I'm trying to focus on just stocks, but I want to open up a business, but that's also something that I want to do too. And I'm just like, I don't got time. So it's like a lot that's going on and it's really affecting my self-motivation. But I think like once I'm able to like just relax and kind of like, I'm so excited for spring break, but just like sitting down and just reflecting on life and my goals and then really just enjoying the moment, literally just to put towards that self-motivation again that I liked when I first got out of college, where I'm like, this is new. This is fresh. I can push myself. I can do it. Like revisiting those goals are so important too.
And they kind of cut out. Can you said something about the present and then it like,
oh yeah, no worries. So I was
that,
just saying like, like I need to live in the now, the presence, like during spring break, and just have a clear mind and not really focus about anything else. Because I said again, we're like always so cognitive fatigue is even just being Black people. And I hate to always bring it to this, but it is like we're just cognitively fatigued. We're going through so much already with our jobs, our one job. And then now we're taking on so many other things. So just getting that time to relax is so important. And then going back to revisit, those goals and actually working towards self-motivation again. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Pray for me, guys.
I'm cracking up.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sharing with the peoples.
What about you?
I know. Let me get to me. Y'all, people always do that. Let me say my piece.
I'm weak.
I was gonna say, I know that I am a self-motivated, like I'm self-motivated. I do. I get a lot of motivation from myself, actually, like I do, but I have not been as motivated now. But also, I want to speak on, I think your motivation changes are what you're motivated by changes, if that makes any sense. So before I would say what I'm motivated by, like maybe like your job, your career, you're this, you're that, what you're doing. But definitely after college, I would say I did lack motivation. Graduating and trying to find a job, I was unmotivated looking for a job, like so unmotivated it wasn't even real. Like I'm tired of applying for all these jobs, like okay, but I was motivated in like to creating my content, so I feel like sometimes it's like what you're motivated with and what you motivated what you want to do, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And then like now with everything going on, then it's like the pandemic, so it's like losing motivation, because it's like every time I try to get somewhere, every time I try to take another step, every time you up to this hill, you think you about to go over, like you on Mount Everest and stuff, it's like something just like pushes you and you just fall right back down. So I think trying so many things and trying to go so forward, I think internally like that makes you lose motivation. Like I was just talking to my friend, I have so many videos I want to do, but that's not really that's motivation, but there's also storage. Apple rude, but I'm just like some of these can make you lose motivation. Like, oh, I want to do these videos, oh, I want to write this stuff, oh, I want to do this stuff, and then at the end of the day, like it's really not that much time. Like when I first moved to Atlanta, like working 2 jobs, working 7 days a week and stuff like that, like that I couldn't have no motivation but just to go to work. Like after I got off of work, I was not about to come home and do this stuff, like read and write and stuff like that, because it's like I'm literally drained. Like I'm getting off work, I'm going home, I'm going to sleep. So it's like you don't have that motivation. And it's like when you have all this time, then it's like you have to think of something else. So now, before I was probably like motivated to like, travel, whatever, but like I can't even travel now. So now when I'm saying like switch to motivation, I was motivated to do like content creation and stuff like that, but now my motivation is kind of switching to like screenwriting. So now I'm trying to like write a film, I'm trying to write a TV series, like I'm trying to write things. So that's what I think it switches. And that also is about who you're surrounded by, because I'm surrounded by this really dope girl who's my writing partner. And so like we always talk about we're always talking about it. So I do believe that surrounding yourself with people that are in that same industry as you is really, really good, because like when I lived in Kentucky, nobody I knew was screenwriting. Nobody I knew wanted to write TV shows or web series. Like nobody I knew that, like that's not there. So one reason I did honestly move to Atlanta was because I knew that I could be around other people, and like being around these people can help motivate me even more. Even though I am self-motivated, it does take other people around you to motivate you. So me and my friend, we actually started a writer's room. And so now we're around more writers. So that's definitely going to be more motivating to me. But also I'm still trying to figure out where the self-motivation can come to uplift me as a person and what I want to do. It still is lacking because so much stuff is going on. and it's just like so hard to try to keep up with everything that's going on. I think that's what makes losing motivation when you do want to try to do so much, like trying to write, trying to do a podcast, trying to do a YouTube channel, trying to blog, like all that content creating is like I'm giving so much and I'm not really getting that much back. That also can help with losing motivation and doing different things like that. So I also think that is something as well when it comes to like self-motivation. It's just like trying to figure out what motivates you, and sometimes knowing that your motivation switches and knowing how to try to get back to that self-motivation. I know that was really a lot that I just said.
No, that makes sense. I think you made like a great point though, because I think that honestly, that's for anybody. Like the self motivation has to be there before you should seek motivation out from others. I think other people can definitely bring it on you. It can be like an enhancer, but the reason why I say that is because if you're solely dependent on other people, what happens when those people may be removed, whether it's an accident or maybe if it's permanent? If you put all your energy into those people, your energy's with them. But if you have nothing in yourself, that's not going to you're not going to be able to bring that back. So what I think with you all though is different is that you have that self motivation, but then people around you can enhance it more. Like Alicia, you said, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, you already had the mentality that you are worth more and that you have more abilities in you with the screenwriting. But when you got to
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, it enhanced it even more. So that's something that a lot of people don't have. Cat as well. When we talk about the stocks, like you're the one that's like you're on 10 with it, and then if you're in a group, like you're even more engaged. So a lot of people don't even have that, and they try to find. They don't even know themselves, but they try to find themselves through other people. And I think that a lot of times too, like I think that we can try, and I know I can say this for myself that I try to look at the big goal a lot of times, but I don't give myself credit enough for those small goals that I've achieved. Meaning, like I can
Mm-hmm.
go in and print a shirt for a day. Like I made like come up with a new design, but I may not think to myself that's really a big accomplishment. Maybe because I didn't sell 10 shirts, but in reality, that's another design that can go towards my brand, and that's a huge accomplishment. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we can separate, we think that we have to accomplish this big thing when the small things are a big enhancer to get to those bigger areas. And we have to give ourselves
Mm-hmm.
more praise and take the time back because jobs aren't going to do it. People around
At
us may
all.
not do it because they don't see the vision that we have. So we have to be the ones that enhances it for ourselves.
That is true. Like all the smaller things going up into a bigger goal. I definitely agree with that. And that's why I was like, well, 2020 told me, I was like, you can't really plan for anything. I mean, you can have goals, but like you're not really gonna achieve all your goals. And that's why like I feel like I was losing motivation because it's like every time you're trying to get like you get somewhere, you either lose money, you lose this or this doesn't work out. And it's just like trying to attach yourself to like so much, so many goals, like it really may not work out at the end. So you just gotta be okay with like not reaching that goal.
No, for real. And can I add one last thing too? Kat, if you want to go
Oh
ahead, I
yeah.
didn't
No,
want to
you can
interrupt.
go ahead, Demarcus.
He
Hey.
ain't got nothing to say.
So one thing I was going to say too, and here's a big difference as well too. There's once you're Alicia hates this word, but I'll say once you're elevating. So I'm not going to say grow. Once you're
Okay, elevating.
once you're
Okay.
elevating, you look at stuff so differently, right? So for instance, we can say we're bored, which everybody gets bored. But during those times, we've still been able to come together and do clubhouses. We've been able to come together and do podcasts, other events. And a lot of times, like our boredom is from the conversations I've had with you all, like we're still other things that we're doing. Some other people I'm seeing, they're bored because they can't go to the club. But because they can't go to the club, they don't feel like that there's anything else they can do with their lives, or they don't see any other value. So that just stops. So when the bar opens back up, that's the first thing that they're thinking about. For us, we're thinking about, okay, whenever everything opens back up, these are more people I can get in front of for my business. These are more ideas that I have. We're putting more aspects of our lives into play instead of just thinking about just the fun.
Hmm.
So that was what I was going to say.
But don't let the Marcus fool y'all. He ready to go to the club too. He likes having
Oh,
fun.
facts. I want to go out and have
But
a I want to go out and have a good time, but I ain't gonna be like, hey, I'm bored because I can't chill with somebody. Like, no, I need to be.
mhm.
If I'm bored, I need to work on these goals that I've been telling everybody about that I ain't put no time
Definitely.
to.
I think it's because people
That
don't
is
know how to
yeah.
occupy their time, right? And finding like extra hobbies and stuff. And like, what do I do with all this time? Because everyone's so used to going out and being a social butterfly, they can't do that anymore. So it's like, what do I do now? And so now people are just like, I'm bored and I'm looking forward for the clubs outside. They're looking forward to outside to open. So
That's true. What is one thing that you all learned in the pandemic or like from the pandemic?
Always have a plan. Have some safety net because you never know what's going to happen. You might be unemployed. So for me, I always talk about finances. I can't help it. But honestly, like, I'm sorry, but
Finance.
You're stressing
honestly,
me
like
out.
having an emergency fund is needed because for one, I promise you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people, but mostly people who graduated in 2019, we did not expect our year to be rocked like that. Like I would have never imagined that after I graduated with the whole master's degrees, and I have to say that because it's like, dang, I put so much work into that degree, right? I did not
Joe
I did not
Biden,
expect
we're waiting
to
for
go
the
into
cancellation.
unemployment. Never. I would have never thought that I had to apply for unemployment. So one of the things
Man,
I had to
that's a
learn is
fact.
that it's so important to save and have money because you never know. So always save in case there's a catastrophe that happens. That's one thing I learned. Maybe there's more, but go ahead, DeMarcus. You share.
No, that's a big fact right there. I would say mine is um definitely not feel. One thing I've learned is that it's kind of going into something that I've already realized, but it's helped me to realize it even more than the pandemic. But not feeling like putting myself in a position to where I feel like I have to do something because everybody else is. And I can elaborate on that too if you want me to.
Yes,
We're
please
waiting.
go ahead and elaborate. I'm a little confused.
So, for instance, like the pandemic is a great time in a sense, like as far as we think about plane tickets to go and travel because it's at a cheaper rate.
Mm-hmm.
And then also as far as like hanging out wise, like now you get bored and everybody also wants to go out. But for me, like that's something that everybody's doing. Like everybody's saying, "Hey, you should go travel. It's cheap over here," or "You should go out here and go party because you never know what the next day holds." But that's what everybody's saying that I should do. But for me, I'm thinking to myself like, this is the time that I've needed because for so long I put off, if it was making music or doing whatever, and I never actually took that time to do those things that I wanted to. So while I may have friends and stuff that are traveling doing what they do, I have in a sense like my vision for how I envision my own future. So I can go ahead and save my
Mm-hmm.
money like I need to, get into investing like I do. So when things do open back up, I'm already prepared. So I can take trips all the time instead of feeling like I got to take them now because
You're
everybody
just
and their
sticking
mama
to the
got it.
script, your script.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah, sticking to my script and my plan. My,
Exactly.
my
I love
movie
that.
is different than everybody else's.
Okay, but is the movie a short film? I'm just playing.
Hope
But
we want this to be long. I don't want it to be short.
short film. I was gonna say horror, but to your point earlier, I don't not like the word growth, but I just feel like it's a buzzword and everybody uses it,
Very true.
and it gets used too much, and so it's just like growth,
Overrated.
growth, 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 growth. Like it's just like I hear all the time,
I
like
agree.
a grow. I'm like, what does that mean? What's growing? What is growing? Can somebody tell me? Like, I only look at growing like a plant that grows. You water it, it grows. Okay, you grow when your baby's an adult. But I feel like people overuse it like it's a saturated word. Like when you grow, like,
Right.
but what is that word
So
that you're
Marlicha, what
doing
do
though?
you
You
use
see what I'm
if not
saying?
growth?
So I just want to put a
And don't use
disclaimer.
elevated. What word would you
You
use?
said what? I
Okay.
honestly truly wouldn't use any of the words. I just like growth or elevated. I don't know. Maybe like learning or something.
Do you say that because the people that are using it, you're not seeing where they're actually using that properly?
Well, no, I can't say that because I don't necessarily know who's growing. I don't know everybody ins and outs. Social media is one thing and they real something else. So
Right.
I can't really say like you're not growing, but I sometimes do like think about it though. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm just growing so spiritually, or like I'm just growing so mentally. Like,
Mm.
but how are you growing spiritually? What are you doing? And I guess it's none of my business to know. But I'm just like, can we use the word instead of saying it like, oh, I did yoga today. Like, oh my gosh, my yoga is getting better. Instead of like, oh, I'm growing. But what are you growing in, or what are you growing with?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was asking. Do you feel like people
Mm-hmm.
need to say more about
Mm-hmm.
what the process is that they are applying?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what I'm explaining, but I really can't tell somebody what to do to tell them on social media to keep saying the word. So I just block the word out.
Gotcha.
I can't really tell you like you need to go into depth, but I'm just like I feel like it's a buzzword. Like there's some other words like entrepreneur. Like oh, entrepreneur is a buzzword. It will make me something. Everybody's like I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like,
Right.
honey, you're not necessarily an entrepreneur. You are a blah 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 blah. You are a blah 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 blah. Like there's a difference between coaches and consultants. It's entrepreneurship, but it's people say they're entrepreneurs, but it's like they're really something else. I can't really think of the word right now. Are you a side hustler? Like some people are side hustlers, some people are entrepreneurs. It's okay if you're not an entrepreneur.
Right.
You don't have to be an entrepreneur. And so sometimes I think people get mixed up. Oh, self-employed, that's what it is. Self-employed and entrepreneurship. Honestly, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs, they help people get jobs. They provide something for other people to have jobs. If people are saying they're entrepreneurs, but they're really self-employed because you're paying yourself. You're not paying nobody else. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people don't really know the words and they're using these buzzwords and they're just using them and they don't even really know what they mean.
And entrepreneur, you're thinking strictly business. Like you may take gambles at different things. Like your sole job is just to make money. If you're self-employed, like you're doing something that you want to do in a sense. But entrepreneurs, they may take a gamble over here with something they don't even have interest in. They just try to make money.
Yes, and then also one thing that trips me up is when people are like self-employed, but I'm like, sis or sir, like you got to get clients, like, and they be like, I want to do stuff on my own time. Well, sis or sir, you're still getting people to pay you. They're buying into you. So like to be like, I don't have to do this or I don't have to do that. I don't know the. Well, how are you gonna pay your bills? Like you're still waiting for a check from somebody. It might not be Walgreens or Walmart, but it has a Watkins on the last name of it. Like
Hey,
somebody is still paying you.
that is a fact. You know
Go
what cracks
ahead.
me up about that the entrepreneur word is when some people that like hype it up so much and want to talk so much about like the entrepreneurship work that they're doing, but then you'll see where they may make a post. Yeah, so I'm still paying off this debt. I still have such and such amount of loans, but it's like if you're making this big money, like you said, I had assumed that you had already had them paid off. Like you said that you making 600,000. You make
Six
it, you
figures.
bringing in millions, but you still got loan that's 30 or 40,000. Like,
Yes. And it's like this culture with social media and the pandemic. It's like you can't even have fun on social media no more. And sometimes I have to like take a step back and I've been like, well, okay, I'm gonna get off it. I'm gonna get off it. Like, but the thing about me is I'm not even trying to be no shade, no tea, but I feel like, but I've been creating content since I was in college. Since I was in 2015, I had my first travel blog. And not saying that people can't learn and see different
it's
things,
a
but like
fact.
now it's like, oh, okay, coaches this, coaches this, coaches this. And this one girl maybe met in Clubhouse, she's talking about, I was like, how can I grow my Instagram besides hashtags? Because hashtags help sometimes. And besides something else. And this one girl talking about some, well, by adding value, girl, I wanted to cut her out so that if I wasn't the last person on there. Girl, I've been adding value and I've been creating content. It's been 2017 before the pandemic, and I've been doing it since 2015. I've been having a travel blog since I studied abroad. Like, don't sit here and come and talk about some add value and stay consistent. Girl, that's chump change to me. I know that. I've been doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's like the artist
And
though.
so,
The artist that may be, that may have that blow up real quick, that may be making music that everybody else makes. Yeah, they're gonna make their money. Yeah, they may have their fame for a little bit, but the artist has been putting in the work, even if it takes them 5 years to get on, their music is gonna last for forever, and people are gonna vibe with it for a long time. So for you, like you've been putting in the work, you're getting into other things, but I guarantee a lot of people out here that are claiming all the stuff that they do on Clubhouse don't even have the type of knowledge that you have that's gonna make you last for a long time.
yeah, and so I was just like,
That's
I said, thank you. I already do all
they
that.
really
At least
they
you've been doing that for a minute. Like
You said
you've
what?
been doing that for a minute.
Yeah, I had a travel blog. I created a new one last year, but and the fact that I created a new travel blog the year that we in the pandemic and can't even travel, that's a whole nother conversation that I'm pissed that I've spent and wasted my money. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm like, y'all get on Clubhouse and y'all be like, y'all, what is y'all doing? What is y'all saying? So that stuff too, like that's like motivation too. And so social media is big, and not saying it happens to everybody, whatever. But it's like seeing people grow so quickly on social media. It's like you've been doing this or you've been doing that, and then it's like they get these many numbers or they get this crazy. But when that girl said add value, that word, that's a trigger word for me too. Like people love that word.
I think it's funny that those who give those advice, it's literally advice that you can just Google. Go on Google and search it up your own self. Like add value. Like, come on. They don't give you step by step on how to really grow your Instagram or social media. Like, give me something new.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, because the bloggers, yes, because that's what I'm saying. And that when I was talking about motivation, like I'm in these screenwriter rooms, like plug-in screenwriter room. I'm talking to people, they're sending me information and they're like, you could do this, they're like, you could do that. Like I'm connecting with them and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, what? Just have this or have that. Or like they're just having rooms and they're just talking about everything and stuff. But for you to tell me to add value and be consistent, girl, but I didn't need you for that. Who are you? I should look at her profile. I don't even know who was talking. It's a FYI. Don't be on Clubhouse thinking y'all know stuff and y'all really don't be knowing stuff.
No, that's a fact. I done heard people, and it's just like, man, if you really had all this stuff right here, like you had like this mastermind program that you're speaking of, like, why don't you have this type of money where some of these people that's on, these big platforms and stuff have, like, but people just, it's just the fact of social media where they just want to be seen. Everybody just in it just to make money so much, but people don't even really clout chasing. Like they don't even enjoy what they do.
It's like coaches. Everybody is a coach. Everybody's a consultant. That's why I was like, I don't even want to be a coach, honestly. Like, I do have a master class. I do want to teach stuff, and I do give out information, and I give out information for free too. But it was just like, oh, you can monetize that, because I wasn't even really worried about monetizing because I like to do it. That's why it was, to me, it was hard, because it's like I just want to have a regular job, honestly, and just do my stuff for fun, because I don't have time to keep trying to get clients, keep trying to talk to people, because everybody gonna try to monetize something. Everybody gonna try to be a coach and say they could do this, say they could do this, say they could do this, and get on social media. And now everybody's job is on social media now,
right?
And that's just like really stressful. And really, this, like, even the podcast, like I've had my podcast. I've seen some podcasts when I put my podcast out in 2017, and it's about 2021. And not saying that people don't start their podcast for whatever, but now people are like, oh yeah, I want to start a podcast, but I want to monetize it. Like, y'all got to be doing the work, okay? And not saying that nobody can't start a podcast. I'm not saying that you can start a podcast whenever you want to start a podcast. I'm just saying that, like, since the pandemic, now people are like, okay, I want to start a podcast, or even like a YouTube channel and stuff like that, and just different things that are going on. And it's just like, oh, now people want to do it, or like, oh, now people are seeing this and that, and now everybody wants to go like, oh, boom, quick, I'm an expert. Like, how you an expert?
Right.
That girl said she was a Clubhouse expert. Girl, Clubhouse been out for 5 months. What you expert on? You get
it's been out 5 months to the public, but it's been out for almost a few years.
Yeah, it's been out for a lot of years, but it's for the public. She just got on there. She only had like 1,000 followers on Instagram. She's not a Clubhouse expert. So I knew she was new. I was like, how are you a Clubhouse expert? Yeah. Oh, and then they were talking about this lady. She was like, I work with millionaires. And see, this is what's wrong with this. She's like, I work with millionaires and I help millionaires get this, whatever. And someone was like, but do you do that? And she was like, well, my coach told me that she's like, well, the coach told me that you got to position yourself. And so that's what's wrong. People are telling people to position themselves when they haven't even did the work to position yourself. You got to do the work to position yourself to be able to get there. You can't just say you work with millionaires and you got 5 posts on Instagram like you've been coaching people all a long time. Not saying that followers get you money, but like, these coaches or whatever, they're telling people to position themselves like that, position yourself like that, position yourself as an expert, position yourself as this. And so when they position themselves, then they get looked crazy upon when they don't even have their systems and stuff in place. That's a whole nother conversation. So that's the Clubhouse. I took a break from it for a little bit, but I was on it. And I still like Clubhouse. I still talk to some people. I still like Clubhouse. But I know we were not supposed to talk about Clubhouse.
I'm kind of done with Clubhouse. I ain't been on it.
Oh, for real?
I mean, unless we're doing like a room or something, I just don't really have the excitement like I did, because it's just like Then you see like the celebrities, they get on there and they just gossip back and forth. It's just like, what are y'all truly like? Is this what y'all do in y'all's regular life? It's got to be what y'all do in y'all's regular life. So it just even.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sometimes they do be on the, but I look at the celebrity, but I be like, everybody's in LA. So when I be getting up and I be seeing people, Keisha Cole and 21 Savage, and they be talking at like 4 in the morning. I'm like,
I just hide
y'all ain't
those
going to
rooms.
bed tonight? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hide the
Oh
rooms
shoot, you're in
because
California too, Kat.
yeah, I can hide the rooms, so I just be hiding them.
Oh,
And
you
don't get
don't
me
go
wrong, I
down?
still get
Why
on
do you hide
because I
them?
get I get to connect with like other South Sudanese youth, so that's what I pretty much use it for. And then also just for stocks because you know how I am. But other than that, whenever I'm scrolling through the hallway, I never go into these rooms with celebrities because not for nothing. Like no celebrity is gonna tell me about no relationships. They're not no relationship therapists. You're not gonna tell me about how I make my money when
yeah.
you have
Oh,
multiple
girl,
people
not at
handling
all.
your money. You're not gonna tell me about how you're able to pay for this Birkin bag when you probably got the Birkin bag for free. You're not gonna tell me anything. So I'm not. I don't listen to these celebrities, and people really need to
Let
find a
them know.
balance by being obsessed with these celebrities because they're not really adding any value. Here, no, I'm gonna use that word.
Yeah, but
They're not adding value to
they
you.
are not. I guess the value is that their music. But even with that, like even the radio's where it gets it the most because they're like, oh, Little Nas. I don't care about Little Nas. If Little Nas pay me, he done did Old Kentucky. I'm just kidding, not Old Kentucky, Old Town Road. That's on about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't care what Little Nas is doing. Don't care what Little Baby doing. Don't care what Jada Wade doing. Because guess what? They all got money and they ain't giving me none.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Even
the
if I was
dog
like,
agrees with me.
even if I was to see him out, like I do have my like favorite artists and stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, everybody's different, but that's what I be thinking. Like at the end of the day, this person ain't gonna be able to do nothing for me, so it'll be dope to see him. But like besides that, like
Yeah, like going to get listening to music and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm not saying like not to have a celebrity. I like Clubhouse stuff, but I like it for the networking because I'm networking with everybody in LA, and you all know I'm trying to move out there. So I be in them screenwriting rooms and filming rooms, like
no, but that's a fact though.
podcasting rooms.
But that's what I was just going to like
So
Cat's point though, because some of these people put so much emphasis onto these celebrities to where like they worship them and just make them goals. Like I mean, just because they're a celebrity, that don't mean like I see people like worshiping Beyonce, worshiping
now
like
Beyonce will not get any slander on this
she's not.
podcast
I'm not giving her slander. I see people
episode.
worshiping like the baby and all them, but it's like I get that you like what they do, and then they give you a positive type of perspective. But like you're worshiping these people, you're fighting. You know, you're fighting their battles on Twitter with people you don't even know. And they don't even know you.
Not I am. That is one thing I am not doing. Like I've seen that stuff about like the Jada Waiter or even Cardi. Like I love Sweetie and Quavo, but I'm not going for bad for them. Like I love them. I think they're really cute. But yeah, I'm not about to get into no argument with people over like Sierra or Future. They don't know my name
They're
at
gonna
all.
be Alicia Keys.
Like, they do not know my name at all. Like, no. But I still do like them though. But yeah, I just think Clubhouse is interesting. I mean, I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's a way to connect and it's access and it's like closing. I wouldn't say it's closing barriers, but it's helping you figure out things because although we do have Google, I really hate when people tell me to Google stuff when I can talk to the person. So Clubhouse has been my Google for a little bit. So I do like that about Clubhouse. But even though we weren't even talking about Clubhouse, but
Clubhouse.
shoot, that can make you feel less motivated too, because you'd be like, "Dang, is this what this is all about? Dang, this is what they do."
No
Like
facts. I
just
was just
learning
laughing because
people's
you're
point
relating
to
it back
see
to
how
the
people
topic,
move.
which is yeah,
Yes, you know what I'm saying.
exactly.
You got to do that because Clubhouse ain't paying me,
Exactly.
but they trying to pay creators though. I'm just kidding. I don't even know
And
about
some of the
that.
people on
But yeah,
Clubhouse
so
too really ain't got no time. Like some of them rooms they be having is just like some of
they
the
be there
most.
for 3 and 4 hours for real. I'm like, they
With
need to
some of
be
the
doing
topics for
work.
some of them rooms, like some people is just like damn bad.
Yeah, and I have been in a couple like boutique and like drop shipping rooms, so I do like it for educational purposes and stuff like that. But that one really made me mad. Like,
Man, I'm talking about the ones that are like moan for $5,000. Like that's way too much. Come on,
well, I
man.
don't know what hallway you're in, but that's not the hallway I'm
No,
Yeah,
this one was
sometimes
open
it's like
to
a
everyone
trending
in the
room.
public. So
in. What did you say?
Right. At least she'll be acting like she ain't involved in nothing.
No, I didn't. I don't know what to say. I just said I didn't see it in my hallway. It wasn't in my hallway room. That's all I'm saying. No,
Alicia, this is
no
all
need
over.
to get mad.
Alicia, this is all over Twitter.
That's all I was saying. Y'all making it big of a deal.
Alicia.
Oh, we
Yes,
just
you're
joking
making it
around.
more and bigger deal than I think.
I said we just joking around, but yeah, no, those rooms are just very useless. So I think like you as a person, you just have to figure out, again, it's finding your balance and understanding like what is the use of this app, right? Am I going to use it to connect with other people and actually use it? Here we go, LLC Twitter. Are you going to use it to like start a business?
Not LLC Twitter. DeMarcus be coming for LLC.
Because they be like, well, you got the stimulus check, you know, you can spend $550 or spend $550 and then use that other two to get a burger.
But yeah, no, obviously just use the app for, you know, for what you think is going to be benefit to you, but also draw the line to the point where like you're not on there for hours.
Yeah. And sorry to the Android listeners, but it's only for iPhones.
Get 2 phones.
I have so many invites that I need to like get rid of.
You haven't heard of Clubhouse and you're an iPhone?
I have too many invites.
What did you say? Yeah, I have some invites. Now they're giving it out. But if you're an iPhone user, you need an invite. If you're an Android user, just hold on a little bit. I don't know when they're opening it.
Get 2 phones.
Well, LLC Twitter said, get 2 phones, make one your business phone. But yeah, so in light of that, it is Valentine's Day week. So I thought to ask y'all, what are some of y'all favorite love songs?
Man,
I'll go first. I love Love by Music Soco.
Love song. That's a lot of music. I can't be diving into my playlist like that. I'm giving y'all too much.
You said what?
I said I can't be giving y'all my special playlists now.
Boy, you're such a playlist for what?
No, I got a lot of songs.
Kat, do you have a favorite love song?
Yeah, there is a lot, but I'm a
favorite love song.
No, there is a lot.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of good love songs there. I'm gonna go with a very safe one. End of the Road, Boys to Men.
Okay.
It's a pretty safe one. Everyone should know that song.
Girl.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons. You could say Nobody Can You Sweat. That's a safe one. You can do Sexual Healing, Marvin Gaye, Lay It Down.
Okay, but which one are you picking?
I'm not. There's way. I like too much R&B to pick just one. I can't do.
Are you an R&B person? Type
R&B is where it's at.
You want to be seeing my Instagram stories? 90s. I'll go back.
No, I'm sorry. I'll be on Clubhouse. I'm just kidding.
It should be everywhere.
I'm just playing. Okay, then that's the ones that you're gonna pick.
Sure.
Okay. Which one?
Oh, you said which one?
Cause y'all killing me.
Why are you laughing, Kat?
That's funny. Cause you were like, okay, is that the one you're gonna pick? He gave you 2 options.
Okay, let's do Love Like Honey by Pretty Ricky.
Oh, okay. That was what's that called? Like a curveball. Because that's not none of the song that she said.
Man, the microphone tell the audience something.
Of course you would choose that one. Yes, of course, DeMarcus. Leave it to him.
What I do?
For the people.
I'm trying to help the fellas out so you can have like some songs to get your lady right.
Yeah, to get your what? What'd you say? Repeat that.
I said I just want to give some good songs to the fellas so they can have some songs to get their ladies right.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Thanks for helping the fellas out.
Good one. Wait.
Oh my god. Okay, next.
I like this one too.
It's
been on repeat for a while. It's called Meeting in My Bedroom by Silk.
Okay,
you a little Silk.
No, but I literally.
Are you just new to Silk? She said it just like she just heard it last week.
Hey, it keeps the podcast going. Ooh.
Or we can do Looking for Love by Jaheim.
No, sing it for me, please.
I'm not singing it.
Or like say it. Tell me some words.
I will, yeah. Yeah. That's the start of the song.
No, I don't know the song.
Oh, dang.
I can't. It goes, girl, I really don't want to sound conceited, but I'm the type of guy you need to be with.
I don't know that song. You said, what is it by Jaheim?
Looking for love.
Looking for love. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Damn, I remember myself sound terrible. I can actually
Sing for the audience.
No,
oh, well then sing for real. I don't really know the song,
I cannot sing. So
okay.
I can hit a tune, but I cannot sing.
Okay, well that's fine.
Oh, but we're not gonna skip over real quick. You said DeMarcus was that song, so
no, you are not trying to skip over nothing because I don't know what that song is. I'm asking you
because then some of the words, some of the lyrics are looking for love in all the wrong places. So what you doing over there, Alicia?
I don't know, DeMarcus. You know I have a mute button. I will mute you.
I thought you better say, DeMarcus, you know I got a man. I was like, ooh, we didn't get to meet him yet.
No, you are not gonna get me caught up on this podcast, boy. But don't even try.
We didn't get to meet Alicia's men.
What? No, these men is not ready for me, so I can't worry about them. They don't come correct. So.
Oh, can y'all tell the audience, since you say the men are not coming correct, can y'all tell the audience why y'all are single and if you currently are looking or not looking, because it's Valentine's Day.
Why are we telling the audience that?
Why not? Same,
yeah.
right? No, I am.
Why are you single, DeMarcus?
No, I'm single because I don't want no distractions right now. I'm really just vibing with myself. Like, I wouldn't mind. I can't. Okay, I will say this though. True. I wouldn't turn down like hanging out with someone, but as far as like a relationship,
I can agree to that.
I'm good right now.
Boy, okay.
I ain't trying to like. I think it's just. I guess when you see something I've also seen with the pandemic as well too is like so many people are just in a rush for a relationship that people don't really understand the time you're putting in with someone. Like it's not just hey we're lovey-dovey we can have Valentine's Days. It's like no like. That's a whole nother job.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, great question. Great answer. I'm single because I ain't got no time for nobody.
Period.
Okay, period. Yeah, so City Girls going up. Hey, City Girls going up. Hey, so we got 1 to 0.
When would be the age that y'all would want to be settled down by, or are you just living with life?
Are you trying to get us on a dating show?
I'm just asking questions because people want to know, like.
No, who wants to know? You want to know. That's who want to know. You want to know.
Alicia, I talk to y'all as it is. I want the audience.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. You want to
because one, you asked about the love songs. First of all, why did you want to know about the love songs that me and Kat?
The love songs was because it was Valentine's Day, so I was like, "What's your favorite love songs?"
So then I'm also.
I wasn't trying to ask you, was you in love with somebody?
But also, since it's Valentine's Day, I'm asking why y'all are single.
Yeah, but it's not. But I don't know why people ask that question. Like, why are you single? Like, I'm choosing to be single in a sense. Some people do choose to be single, but it's like, what do you mean? Why am I single? Like, it's just like, why are you in a relationship? Like, it's the same thing.
I agree with you. I
never understand that question.
I'm really just fooling around with y'all.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm being serious. I don't ever understand people like, well, why are you single? Why you been single? What you mean? Why I've been single? I don't just go out like, hi, do you want to be with me? Hey, do you want to be with me? Like. Why are you in a relationship? Or how are you in a relationship? Like, I just don't understand.
No,
I don't understand that question.
I don't understand when people look at you crazy if you're not in one. Or like, dang, you can't find someone. It's like, some people just don't want to. Like,
it's not like I'm over here looking like I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking like we got binoculars, we got glasses or something. Like, I'm looking for a relationship. Like, no, who's doing that?
And especially when you be seeing people that's in relationships acting like they single.
Like that is a turnoff.
Like,
I think that's more or less like, you can see that you can do that like in college or whatever, but like when you're living day by day, you don't really see that many people. Like, you going to work, you doing your own thing. Like, I don't really think too much of it. Like, people are really like worried about who's in a relationship and who's not in a relationship. I think it's more or less like when you're around groups of people and stuff like that, it comes up as a bigger topic than like when you're just living your life normally.
I ain't got time to force a relationship. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I don't care about what everybody else is doing. The relationship.
I got a question for you, DeMarcus.
What's up?
Why men lie? Boom.
Why do men lie?
Yeah, why do men lie about being in relationships?
I honestly can't answer that. I don't understand why you would lie. I mean, honestly, one thing that I've really truly learned is that women really respect honesty. To like you don't even have to lie. Like if you're really honest and you're really being yourself, women respect that like 20 times more. So I don't understand. I don't know. That's a question I really couldn't answer because there's no reason to lie.
You don't know why men lie?
I don't know. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Like I ain't got time to sit here. I guess for me, it's just like it just takes too much effort to sit here and try to like. If you was trying to mess with another girl or trying to lie to this other one while you're in a relationship, it's too much time. Like I'm just gonna get a headache, and then plus like
I'm just gonna get a headache.
Like I ain't trying to juggle all
And
this.
so is
Like
mine.
plus women are a lot to deal with as it is. Y'all are so.
Excuse you.
If I gotta take care of this woman over here, plus I gotta try to manage this one, it's not gonna work. So
why do people say that like women are a lot to handle, like men are a lot to handle? They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to communicate. It's the same thing. They don't know how to show no emotions. They get mad so quickly.
Well, I'm not even saying that from like technically just a man's perspective. Like I've had women that said like, Marcus, I know that I'm a lot to deal with. So it's like y'all are saying that for yourselves too.
Yeah, I don't know why girls say that. I don't know why they want to give you a bad rep like that.
It's not even that it's a bad thing. It's just that since women are in a sense more like the emotional beings, there's a lot more attention that y'all may need. So it's
I disagree that women are more emotional than men, but that's just me.
You don't believe that, but like men are more physical. It's just the natural nature. Like, okay, men, we might have times where we come off as more sensitive, but naturally,
men are
women,
very sensitive. That's what it is. Men are very sensitive.
We can be very sensitive. Like, as a man, I can't say that I would be lying if I said I wasn't sensitive or I said I didn't have any emotion because I do. But naturally, as far as just like comfort or if what you all need, women just need that emotional support more than men do.
I disagree with that, but okay.
Go ahead.
Talk your talk.
Okay, tell
No, I was just gonna add on that I feel like men are definitely sensitive.
Go,
they just don't know how to express their feelings, whereas women are pretty good at expressing our feelings, and men tend to just suppress how they're feeling anyways, and just move along and go on to the next thing.
Exactly, and that's why I like so much of the the men hold up this masculinity thing so much, because we don't really show it as much, and we've been taught that. And women, like Kat just said, y'all aren't afraid to admit it when it comes to there are certain things in y'all's lives where you all do need more support than men would need support in. It's factual. Like there's just no way to put it. Like I don't know how it is to give birth because I'm not a woman, and I know like as a woman you're going to need more support there than
tell men to quit cheating on their pregnant wives. That's the support.
I think that's just you don't have self-control and you just never been to a point to where you went without sex. It don't make sense. It's just not having self-control. Like, you can't be celibate for 9 months. Like it don't make sense.
But you don't even have to be celibate for 9 months. But
you don't. I'm just putting out a time frame. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm like you, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just crazy. I'm like, because you don't even have to be celibate for 9 months, but men still be out here cheating on their wives, pregnant wives.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Let's ask a man because I'm not a man. I don't know because I just feel like your wife is like giving birth to your child, and even if you're not married, your girlfriend is giving birth to your child, and they have to go through so much. That's when they have to go through a lot of emotions. So I wouldn't say that women are not emotional, but that's when you got to go through morning sickness. You got to go through carrying a whole baby, and you still got to go to work, and you still have to get up. You still have to feed yourself. Then you have to worry about another human being, and then on top of that, you got to worry about your man cheating on you and not pleasing him, and then he go out and just do whatever because he don't got no self-control. Men are dogs.
So why do you think people cheat? Do you think there is a reason that people cheat?
Because I feel like that would be a good
I don't know
episode
why
to talk about, because it would.
Why do men cheat and what is it? Oh, you didn't say why do men cheat. You said why do people cheat?
I said why do people cheat and why do you feel like there is a good reason for someone to cheat? I just threw that out.
Well,
we don't have to answer today.
That's the next episode.
I just threw it out there because we were talking about it. So
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna know how to be next episode. But I don't know why
Yeah,
people
same.
cheat,
I don't think
and I
cheating,
don't think
like
cheating
cheating
is
is definitely
right
not right. And
ever.
I don't think like we should ever try to normalize that. But I think for some people, they end up doing it is because they're not getting
At
something that they
all.
fulfill or that is fulfilling in their relationship. And what ends up happening is instead of talking to the person that you're with and actually communicating to them like this is something that I want to receive from the relationship, and what do you want to receive from the relationship, and just have that communication, that person ends up stepping out. And that's what the issue is. Like, you're not communicating your needs and wants. Instead, you're going to go look for it somewhere else. It's very I have no words for that. It's very childish and immature.
Yeah, I do think too. I think, yeah, I know. I was like, just talk to the person, but I do think another thing is talking, but it's also understanding. But yeah, I'm just like, you just talk to the person. Just you feeling this way, you feeling that way, and that's why I think it is men. Well, with the men, I guess they don't like to talk, but you gotta talk because then it's like, oh, then you come to the girl like, well, I did this because this and that. Well, then you ain't tell the girl, so the girl's out. She's out in the blue because she don't even know that was going on, and then you cheat on her, but then you want her to take you back.
It's the level of
That's
disrespect
3
for
strikes
me.
right there, Bill. You gotta go.
That's why it's like I could never, like, cheating is just a no-no, because that to me, it's like you disrespect your own self, but you also disrespect the partner that you're with, and that is, there's no coming back from that, like,
at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Man,
but so
bless
many
them,
women
because
are
I can't do that because
I'm
sorry, every day I would have to, like, I just don't understand how, like, if someone cheated on you, like, how would you not feel insecure now in the relationship? Because every 5 minutes you're going to be having to worry about, like, what they're doing, right?
Because then because you're going to keep just like
the woman who's choosing to stay, like, you end up being conditioned to, thinking that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I really think it is because men get, like, they get too many chances, and it's like, oh, he just did this, but I still love him. I don't care. Love do not cheat. Oop, period. And I feel like
we can't just put all these conversations. I think a lot of times the conversation strictly be put on men, but at the same time, though, you have women that have.
Sir, we're not on the women cheating yet.
Men and women.
You ain't gonna put it on there.
We're not talking about women cheating. We're talking about men cheating. But they both do cheat, and I'm not saying that they don't. But I was talking about more of the communication piece, because I feel like women would say something like, "I'm unhappy, I'm bored, this, and that." I feel like women would say that.
No, women are way more. Women are.
And why do they keep saying women are more sneakier? But I feel like they would have that. And then a man could be emotionally cheating with his work wife.
But I think that women are more quiet about what the moves that they make. Though,
but why do you think that? Though I'm genuinely asking, why do you think?
Because I think from like a man's standpoint, I'm not saying that all men are like this, but in a man's standpoint, it's more of like kind of just like like a promotion type thing. It's like you have like this ego that you're standing on because you're like, dang, I mess with this girl. Once you get more mature, like all that stuff don't even matter. But from like an immature man's standpoint, you're gonna be like, dang, I was smashing her. And then, like, I'm not even saying that women don't talk to their girls about, like, the guys that they're with or whatever. But I think a lot of times men are more in a position to where they're excited to talk about this and that. And they're talking to the people that are willing to air out their information. Like, women, y'all are more strategic about who you're giving your information to.
I don't know, but this is a question for you, DeMarcus. This is on Twitter. No, it was on Twitter, and this dude was like, I texted my girls group chat, and I was like, guess who I'm with? And he said that when they responded, none of them responded with his name. Now, would you do something like that? And how would you feel if you got all those text messages and none of them said DeMarcus?
Hold on, say that again.
A dude took his girls, or whatever girl he was messing with, took her phone and typed in the group chat, "I'm with my boo," or something like that. Like, "I'm with my man." And then he was like, "Guess who?" He was like, "Guess who I'm with," or whatever. And like, they all responded back, different dudes, and none of the dudes was his name. Like, nobody said his name, and he was salty.
I thought I'd be sick.
And yeah,
but the thing
you
is,
would be pissed.
I'd be sick. I can't even lie, but that's why they say don't be going through no woman's phone.
Yeah, and so, but would you confront her? Like, would you ask her, or would you just like chuck it up, or would you just be like, or would you even do that? Well, I guess you wouldn't do that. I don't know,
I
but
wouldn't do that, but if there was a scenario where I did do that, knowing me, I probably would like I would be feeling some type of way, so I'm gonna have to like find some type of way to ask her. Like I would just have to. Like I would just be feeling. It would be in my system too much. Like I wouldn't. I'd have to figure out.
But yeah, but well, yeah, I guess because you said you're not going to do it. But I'm like, but why would you take her phone, asking a group chat? Guess who I'm with?
I'm not. Yeah. First of
Yeah.
all, I'm not. I'm not even trying to get into no woman's phone because that's just you're looking. I don't care who you're just looking to like find something that you don't want to find.
So
I'm
you're
sorry.
not going to look in your girl's phone?
I ain't got time for it. Now I'm not saying like okay. I've had a scenario before um, where like me and a previous girlfriend, like we said, hey, let's go through each other's phones one time. Like we both agreed to do that. It was just something we both sit next to each other and we did it. But going out of like my way, like when the girl's like when her phone's just sitting there, I'm not doing that.
You
And I
not
would
if you see a text and it's like
I'm not
not saved number, you ain't gonna try to look and see what it is.
I'm not going to sit there and put myself into that type of state. I can't do it. Like it just you just
What if she
destined to
cheated
find.
on you?
Then I hopefully I would find out in a different way besides me having to go through her personal property. That's not right.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just like you're just asking to find something. It could be to where like the girl really vibes with you or the man really vibes with you, but maybe they forgot to delete a video or a picture of something they did with the previous somebody previously they were with. Like I don't even want to see none of that.
Okay.
So, what
That
about
was
y'all?
just a guy. Well, that was your question because it would happen to a guy.
So would
But
y'all go through a guy's phone?
yes.
Why?
Let me find that password. I'm going through it.
What? Why?
Because niggas lie.
Oh, so but the thing is, so you're saying you don't fully trust the man that you're with?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just like, dudes lie. I would just go
No.
through the phone if I see it.
Kat, what about you?
You
Kat
would
said,
I've
never
done
go
it
through your phone,
before,
Kat
Kat.
said it like she's
and
lying. She done did
I
it
know
before.
you
I'm
would
not
never
doing
go
it
through your phone,
again.
Kat.
I mean, nothing happened, but it's just like I be feeling
Dog,
bad,
what happened when
like
you did it,
because like
sis?
you look through it, and you don't find anything, and it's like, damn, like I just really like didn't trust this person that I had to. Really...
Well, if I feel like you did something shady and I ask you and you ain't tell me, I'm going through your phone.
But why would you feel like that if you really trust the person? You would feel like they
Well,
give
no,
you
I'm
the
saying if I ask you a question and I ain't really get the answer, I ain't really know what, I ain't really feeling it. You know, they say women's intuition is strong. So if
sometimes
I'm
it'd be
not
a little bit too strong. But go ahead.
okay, okay, talk that talk then, boy. You feel some type of way. I'm just playing. But if I feel like what you're saying isn't really adding up, if I seen something or if I heard something, I probably would. I'm not saying that I'm going to go through your phone every single time. Like, oh, I see if I'm going to go through, I'm going to see your phone. But if I feel like something is sketchy or something like that, I probably will go through your phone.
That's messed up.
I don't see why it's messed up.
Because you invaded somebody else's property. Like, why would you do it?
Ain't no privacy in a relationship. I'm just playing.
Mm.
I'm just playing. There's privacy in a relationship, but no. If I feel like something ain't sitting too well, I'm gonna have to go through that phone. So, yeah,
That's
that's about
messed
it.
up.
I don't really think it's that. I don't really think it's that messed up.
That is crazy.
I think, I think it's just like making sure you know, because one thing that would make me mad. I'm sorry, like my pride is too. I can't do it. Like my pride, it will not let me be with no cheater if I find out or something like that, or if I have to find out and you embarrass me. Oh no, it is not gonna be nice to you. So I would rather be embarrassed in private than embarrassed outside.
So that's the thing. Maybe I'm a little bit different with it. Like if I am in a situation and then that happens, like, I feel like the truth is always going to come to light. So I just feel like if you're a genuine person, you're doing the right thing. Like you're going to be in a situation to where like if you keep letting somebody do something to you, like you deserve that to happen. If you keep letting somebody keep playing you, but if you're doing the right thing in a relationship, and then somebody's out here really doing you wrong, it's eventually going to come to the light, and they're going to be the ones looking silly at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't need to be looking silly.
But I think sometimes you just got to let stuff play out, and then what may seem as if it may be more embarrassing for you at the end of the day is really going to be more embarrassing for them because they the one that lost. So,
Yes, thank you, dog, for agreeing.
I let it play out. Like, that's
but
her.
yeah, but still, I don't want to look silly and stupid, or not stupid, but like silly and crazy, or like whatever. I just wouldn't need to know because I guess it is their loss, or whatever. But I don't need you out here talking about you cheated on Alicia. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's
Or
messed
people telling me that your man cheating on you. I would be like, what? No, I need to
Definitely
know.
People are doing it physically, especially if you're like not. I mean, people aren't being protected and cheating on giving people stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy out there, and I don't have time, and that's why I'm checking phones.
Fun.
So yeah, but I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation.
I said it was
We kind
fun.
of dived into different topics. Yeah, I know we kind of delve into different topics, but I hope y'all enjoy this, listeners. So let us know. Are you checking phones? Let us know. Are you a cheater? Do you need to come on our next episode? Make sure y'all follow us and give us some other topic suggestions. We were going to talk about friendships. I think somebody brought that to our attention, like losing friendships, like what is it, friendship breakups and stuff like that. In our next episode and stuff. So we have a lot of things coming. So make sure y'all follow us and follow the co-host on the episode. We'll have some new co-host next time. Whenever you're listening to this, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening, and have a great Valentine's Day if you are in love, or if you're in love with yourself, you're in love with somebody else. And whatever. Is there any parting words
people stay
from
safe out
my
there.
peoples, Demarcus or Kat? Stay safe.
Stay safe. If you're going out during the pandemonium, make sure you're getting tested with the people you're around.
It's a panoramic.
Oh my gosh. What is all these different words? The panorama, pandemonium, panorama. Like, can we just say pandemic? Okay, corona. Okay. We trying to go outside. All right.
ASAP.
Okay. Yes, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for
Bye.
tuning in. And stay tuned for our next episode.